Right, good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to look at a different sort of two-way timetable, and we're going to be looking at reading and interpreting a bus timetable. All right, so I'm just going to talk to you quickly about how a bus timetable works. I mean, some of you may be really experienced about using bus timetables. Others of you may never have seen one of these before. All right, so let's just have a quick look at it. All right, so on the left hand side here you have this column. All right, you've got Halifax, Shelf Village, Woodside, Odsort and Bradford. They're all the different bus stops. Okay, all right, that's the route that these buses that we're going to look at in a moment, that's the route they're going to take. And then across the top here, all right, these are the times that those buses depart. All right, and they all depart Halifax and they end at Bradford, and then most of them go through all of these stops here. Okay, all right, but across the top there you can see you've got the 6:05, you've got the 6:35, the 7:10, the 7:43 or the 8:15 on this particular timetable. All right, so if you wanted to get on if you wanted to get on the first bus of the day from Halifax, then you would have to get on the 6:05. Okay, that's the very first bus. All right, and the last bus that you could get would be the 8:15 from Halifax. Okay, so that's really important that you're looking at the bus stops and also the times of the buses, okay, across the top there. All right, so now we've got our head around that. Let's take a look at some of these questions and how we're going to answer them. All right, so the first question says, on the 6:35 bus, how long does it take to get from Shelf to Bradford? All right, so you're going to look across the top and you can see there we've got the 6:35 bus. Now, it's telling you how long it gets from Shelf to Bradford, not how long it takes in total, all right, from the time it departs Halifax to Bradford. So be really careful there, all right? You're looking at this time here, all right? Okay, because that is the time it departs Shelf, or should depart Shelf, all right? And then Bradford, we look down here, all right? And then it arrives in Bradford at 7:10. Now, you'd be able to look at that, I imagine, and be able to calculate that in your head, all right? But I'm going to show you what your thinking should be like. So the easiest way for me to do that is just to do a number line, all right? So we know it's 6:45 from Shelf, and it arrives in Bradford at 7:10, all right? Okay, so we need to figure out an interval of time. We need to figure out this interval here, all right? So if we think about, okay, 6:45, how many minutes until we get to our next hour? The next hour is 7 a.m. That takes us 15 minutes, okay? And then from 7 o'clock, it takes us another 10 minutes, okay? All right, to arrive at Bradford at 7:10. Okay, so if you take that 15 minutes and that 10 minutes, you add those together and it is 25 minutes. Okay, so I'm sure you would have been able to figure that out in your head, but that's the kind of way that I want you to think about it. And if you do need to use a number line, then absolutely use a number line, okay? Whilst you're getting used to answering some of these sorts of questions, that is absolutely fine, okay? Okay, so let's take a look at the next question. We won't do all of them, but we will take a look at some of the ones that I think are quite important. So can you travel to Woodside? Yeah, can you travel to Woodside? So we're looking at this set of data on the 7:43 bus from Halifax. So let's get 7:43. And they all start at Halifax. All right. Does it stop at Woodside? The answer is no, it doesn't. Okay, it's empty. All right, so it goes straight through Woodside and then stops at Odsall, and obviously it'll stop at Bradford as well, because you can see there are some times in those gaps. All right, okay, that this one is completely empty, so it wouldn't stop there. Okay, so be prepared to look for some of those sorts of questions today. All right. Okay, so the last question we'll look at today is if you needed to travel from Halifax to Odsall, this one here. All right, if you needed to travel from Halifax to Odsall and had to arrive by 8:20, which would be the best bus to catch? Explain, excuse me, explain your answer. All right, so when you look at this question, you know, the key bit of information there is Odsall and 8:20. All right, so let's take a look at all the times that the buses arrive at Odsall, which are these ones here. All right, now we know that we can travel from Halifax. Yeah, all the buses leave from Halifax. Yeah, but what we now need to look at is, okay, we've got to get there by 8:20. All right, so let's take a look at some of the times down here, and I guess you could make an argument for you know, 4 different times there, but the one that you obviously would say no, you're going to be late, okay, big time, is this one here. Okay, quarter to 9. Definitely not going to want to get on that bus, because you'll be late. All right, so yeah, if you need to be there by 8:20, you know, you're going to get the 6:05? No, you're not, because you'll be there. You'll be hanging around for ages. You're going to be there at 26 minutes past 6. Are you going to get the 6:35? Well, no, because you'll be arriving at 5 to 7. So you're there way too early. I mean, you might get on the 7 or the 10 past 7. You'd be there very, very early though, wouldn't you? You know, you'd be there at 7:33. So your best bet would be the 7:43 bus, because it would get you there at 8:15. All right, and that would give you 5 minutes to spare. All right, any one of these buses would get you there on time, but you're going to be there way too early, aren't you? Okay, so the 7:43 would be your best bet. Okay. All right. Good luck with these questions today, boys and girls. Remember to read the question really carefully, underline the key bits of information that you need to look for, and then just be really careful with your calculations, and you know, use these number lines to help you if you need to. Okay. All right. I'll see you tomorrow, boys and girls. Bye bye.